Good evening and welcome to Mondays at the Do. I'm Tracy Williams, Director of Special Events at the DuSable Museum, and it's with great pleasure that we have on our show today Miss Joan Collaso, entertainer extraordinaire. She's also an actress. She's got her own entertainment company, another mentoring group. She does all sorts of things here in the city of Chicago. And when it comes to jazz, she's the lady that you want to talk to. I'm going to ask Joan today to kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, let everybody get more familiar with you. Everybody knows about you, but let our listening audience kind of know a little bit more about what you do.
Well, I am a Chicago city girl. I was born on the west side. My parents moved to the south side when I was about 11. I went to O'Keefe in South Shore, Kenwood High School, and off to college. I came back, and I've been to Kennedy King, and just last year I finished my bachelor's degree because I was so busy trying to be an artist that I finished my bachelor's degree just in 2016. That wasn't last year. It seems like last year. So that is a brief history of who I am as far as my education and the different circles that I have run in that way. As a vocalist, I have done all sorts of things, you know that, and I know just about every singer and musician, at least on the south side of Chicago. I'll say. I won't say in the whole city because I'm finding out as I, go along that there are so many great musicians and vocalists all across the city of Chicago. But I know most of the ones on the south side and a lot of the others too. And so I sing jazz mostly. I'm known as a jazz singer, but as you know, I came up in the 70s.
Right, R&B.
And so I was R&B before I was jazz, but the reason why the jazz is in my bones and in my roots is because of my daddy, who loved Nancy Wilson, and he loved listening to his LPs back in the day, and I would sit under him, and that's how I became to love jazz. But the Gladys Knight and Shaka Khan and Earth, Wind and Fire and all of that was my music. So that's just a brief little synopsis of who I am musically.
Well, we have Joan on here today because Joan does so many things at the DuSable Museum, from educating our young people that come in to entertaining the various people that we have come in throughout the summer as well as in the fall. So Joan, we're going to first kick off about what you do at the museum, as a performer. You perform with our program that we have called not the Sounds of History, Lord, I forgot the name of the program, but our educational programs.
Yes.
Making History Come Alive.
Making History Come Alive, yes.
And want to ask you about some of those programs. You've actually put those programs together and produced them. You've done the research on them. Tell us a little bit about those programs that you do at the DuSable Museum. I know you started out doing some of them at Urban Gateways.
Correct.
But most of them you do at DuSable, as well as you've tailored some of them for our audience.
Yes, there are two that I am currently doing for DuSable Museum. One is called A Legacy for America's Children, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., which is a musical narrative 45-minute presentation that we have done with the DuSable Museum now for about the last 6 or 7 years.
Right.
The other one was more recent, is called Married to the Movement, Coretta Scott King.
Right.
And that's also a musical narrative, and it also includes some of her speeches, as as well as, of course, you can't do anything about Dr. King without his speeches. We're a four-piece cast, which includes a musician, and everyone that's in the cast is a vocalist and an actor. And so we both of our presentations are appreciated by all ages, but because we started off doing it in schools, we tailored it so that even if we have a little little kids, if we have the kindergartners, we can entertain them because everybody loves music. So we can entertain them and give them a little bit of the information. If they're older, we can give them more information. If they're even older, we can be more serious with the information. Everybody loves the music, and that's how it works. And it's always a great success. So it's just an amazing blessing to have an outlet like the DuSable Museum to do that. We used to do it a lot. We don't get to do it that much anymore. If it wasn't for DuSable, I don't know, maybe we wouldn't even be doing it.
Well, you're always backed by popular demand. So people,
Thanks.
I mean, when it comes to our King Day celebration, everybody does call in and ask whether or not you guys are going to be there because it's such a powerful performance. But as you said, you tailor it so that everybody, no matter what nationality, everybody enjoys it. It's an audience participation thing to really kind of make sure that everybody is listening and they're enjoying the music.
Yes.
And they take
and they're
away
getting an
some-
education.
Right. And I think that's so extraordinary. I remember when you first started doing the Coretta Scott. Now that has grown from a little project to a bigger project, which I think is awesome now. A great show. And now these shows are, what, about an hour long?
Yeah, 45 minutes to an hour, and then, again, it depends on the audience.
Okay.
We can take some things out that we think are too serious if we have the younger kids, or we can leave it all in. We tailor, we do. When we look out and we see what the audience is, everybody already knows. We're going to do it this way, or we're going to do it that way. We're going to do the whole thing. We're going to go right to the music. We're not going to get too serious. We make those decisions on the spot, when we see what our audience looks like.
And I think it's so important with so many students now coming to museums. Sometimes they're not reading the stuff on the walls or interacting enough, and to actually see the history come alive and you can imagine the characters of Dr. King or Coretta Scott. It kind of draws them in and makes them pay more attention to what's going on. And I think it's such an awesome production that you do. Let me ask you this. What research did you do, or, in terms of doing something like this? A lot of people don't know now. You're an actress, and you didn't really pat yourself on the back with stuff that you've done, the movies and stuff like that. But I think you need to let them know about that. You've been on TV, on Empire. You got a strong base, and you've been doing it for such a long time.
Yeah.
And I think now, more than any time before in your career, things are really just taken off for you. You've had an awesome year in 2017.
Thank you.
And I think it's going to be even more awesome in 2018. And I think what a lot of entertainers and young folks that are trying to go into the arts, they don't understand the dedication that it takes. The sacrifices that it takes. You've got kids, you got grandkids, but you make sure that you take time out for them, and you also focus on your career, and you always make sure that people walk away saying, man, that was a really good show, or I really learned a lot today. And I applaud you on that. I'm going to kind of switch things over. Tell us a little about your organization that you have, Timeless Gifts.
Well, that what you were saying ties into the organization. It's Timeless Gifts Youth Program for the Performing Arts. We're expanding now to include Timeless Gifts Performance Company. We got started in 2011, and what we are is an organization that seeks to instill integrity and professional etiquette and give performance opportunities, and to teach young people who want to be in the arts that come to us from the perspective of a professional person in the arts. I won't say necessarily musician, but we include every art, every discipline, we call it. The vocal, if you want to sing, if you want to play an instrument, if you want to dance, you want to be into drama, or if you want to deal with the technical arts. We have our hands on all of that, because in every aspect of what we do, as musicians, as actors in the plays and things like that, we know the players. We know the sound men, we know the lighting, we know the musicians, and so everybody is grateful for the life that we get a chance to live. And when they are asked to do this for the young people, they're happy to do it. Of course, it's not completely free, but they do it at a rate that is, it's a gift.
Now, how do young people get involved? Every mom and dad think their kids are talented. So, are you actually molding those careers or helping them in terms of,
Well, it's multifaceted because you're going to get all kinds of young people. You're going to get some who are just beginning, who want to be involved. We don't want to turn them away because they don't already know how to sing. But then, of course, we're happy when we get someone that comes in who's a great singer, which we do have. We have a few really great singers. They come in if they want to learn an instrument, if they're already playing an instrument. We have a place for them. And depending on their development, then we take the ones who are ready. We take them that step further. So if I have an event coming up or I hear of an event, and now I'm to the point where people call me. If they have events coming up and they want some young people to perform, then I put them out there. I try to, still try to produce it, still try to come up with a direction for what the presentation will be.
And there's there's a great need for that now. I mean, there used to be a couple of different agencies you could go to when you were looking for African American talent, young talent, and now you have kind of presented that as a not-for-profit. You've got a lot of people that raise money for you to help see your dream kind of come true, and you give back to the kids,
Right.
And scholarships and things. I think it's a wonderful program that you have. How do people find out more about Timeless Gifts? Is there a telephone number, a website?
There's a telephone number and a website. Of course, the number is 312 808-0005. It's real easy. 312-808-0005. And the website is timelessgifts.org. And that's how you can look and see. We have photographs there. We have explanations about the program, the summer program. You can see video of some of the things they've done But what I wanted to say is that we give them the opportunities. We give them the summer program where they interact with professional musicians and they get a chance to hear like the inside. But what the artists that are out there now, they don't get the benefit of what a Motown would have done. Motown groomed their artists.
Right.
They had a whole process that they did. Now, if a record company thinks that they can make some money off of you, they're just going to take your music, put it in a product, put it out there, and throw you out there. And you just got to be ready. Right. So I think that we're serving a purpose for those who are going in that direction. Everybody is not going in that direction, but those who think that they want to be in the arts, they want to be in the industry, it's good to have some kind of base for how it works, how you should conduct yourself, what people are not going to tell you, but they're just not going to call you back because you didn't know better than to do this or that or the other. You can learn those little secrets, with Timeless Gifts, in addition to dealing with the little bitty ones that are coming up and giving them something that they can latch on to that's not that, serious or deep.
Now, how long has the program been in existence?
Since 2011.
2011, wow.
So we're going into our 9th year.
How many students do you currently have, do you know?
We usually have about 35 to 40 students each summer.
Oh, wow. Wow. So this is it a year long or just a summer?
We are at a crossroads.
Okay.
Yes, it is a summer program, a 7-week summer program that we are trying to expand to a year-round program on Saturdays. We'll still keep the 7-week program in place. We'll still have our performance at the end of the summer, which is a big thing, and it's becoming really great. Our end of summer performance, and then we'll always have our Christmas concert, which of course we've done at DuSable
Right,
the
right.
bulk of the time, and then we'll start to give classes throughout the year. That's what we're trying to move into now.
All right, all right. Well, Timeless Gifts is an excellent name choice that you have
Thank you.
chosen. I want to ask why you chose that name, of course.
Well, I gotta tell you, my daughter Rayzine came up with the name
Okay.
because I had the concept. I said I want the name to signify that we're going to instill something in you that's going to be that's going to last for your whole life. It's not going to be a fly by night thing. And I can't even remember now. It was 8 years ago, but I had all kinds of crazy names that just didn't ring. They didn't have a ring to them. So I said, I just need something with a ring to it. And we were all working on it. Rayzine, Larry, and we were all in the house working on it. And Rayzine said, I got it. Timeless Gifts. And we all said, that's it.
Well, it's certainly a catchy name, one that sticks. Everybody knows about Timeless Gifts.
Thank you.
To our audience out there, if you are listening, and we definitely want you to comment, ask us a couple of questions, feel free to give us a call at 312-738-1060. That's 312-738-1060. Joan Collaso is our guest for the evening, and want to let you know that we've got a lot of exciting things coming up at the DuSable Museum. If you haven't been to our website, I encourage you to do so. We're located at 740 East 56th Place. You can always give us a call at 773-947-0600, or just simply go to the website if you have a computer at www.dusablemuseum.org. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We've got all kind of components for you to check out and see what's happening at the DuSable Museum. We've got a whole host of things going on. I'm going to switch gears for a moment and let you know about some other things that we have going on that are coming up. We've got the Jackie Taylor Drama Series that will be happening during the month of April. Black Ensemble Theater and the DuSable Museum presents the Jackie Taylor Drama Series April 7th through the 22nd. This programming is all part of a joint venture that both the DuSable Museum and Black Ensemble is doing. This dramatic play series will feature members of the Black Ensemble Theater. It's a Black Playwrights Initiative, and we've got some great plays that will be there. We ask that you go to the blackensemble.org website so that you can find out how much tickets are, but most of all, give them a call to find out more information at 773-769-4451, or simply visit our website at www.dusablemuseum.org. And speaking of events that we have going on at the DuSable Museum, Joan Collaso will be there this Friday.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss it. It's the 11 Jazzy Divas. This is a fantastic show. Joan, tell us a little bit about the divas that are going to be on stage this Friday.
11 Jazzy Divas is one of my favorite things in the world, next to Timeless Gifts. There are going to be 11 fabulous singing divas on the stage at the same time.
That's right.
Giving a rousing show. I have seen the material. The material is fairly new. There's one thing that we're doing that's the same, but the rest of it is all different. And we, like I told them at Jazzy Monday, we're going to be telling you about yourself, your husband, your man, your children, your job. We're going to be talking about it all in song, in a gown. It's gonna be fantastic. We have I didn't bring my cheat sheet. Let me see what I can remember.
Oh, yeah.
Diva, Bobby Wilson,
All right.
Frida Lee, Lynn Jordan, Julia Huff, Maggie Brown, Takora Rogers, Margaret Murphy Webb, Yvonne Gage, Felina Bunn, I always forget one.
Yourself.
Joan Collaso, and there's one more. Did I say Julia Huff already?
Yeah, did you?
I'm
is
trying to look
Maggie
at
in
the
show?
rehearsal. I said Maggie Brown,
Okay.
and I'm gonna come up with
Greta?
that last name. Greta Pope.
Oh,
Woo!
okay.
Dr. Greta Pope.
Oh, Dr. Greta Pope.
Yes, Dr. Greta
Okay,
Pope.
okay. Well, that's great. It's a great show. A great show. We still have tickets available. All you have to do is go to our website, and you can find out more information about 11 Jazzy Divas. When Joan said this is a fabulous show, trust me, we're almost all sold out. That's how good it is, but you don't want to miss it. You'll have the opportunity to see somewhat of this show again. Joan will be back with us as part of our Sounds of History jazz series this year. Joan will be with us in August, and we'll be saluting jazz and blues divas, giving you a variety, and Joan's going to kind of mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Joan has some rising stars of jazz and blues that she's going to be presenting, so it's somewhat like the timeless gifts, where you have the seasoned singer and then the new singers, on the scene.
Yeah.
Her daughter is probably going to be one of them who's fabulous.
Tracy is trying to make me put my daughter in
Well,
it.
of course. I'm just telling her.
Raising, are you watching?
Yeah, she'll be in it. But it's going to be a fabulous show. Our Sounds of History Jazz series is the third Wednesday in June, July, and August, and we're going to open up our series in June with Zimra.
Nice.
Doing a wonderful tribute to Dee Dee Bridgewater and Rochelle Farrell, as well as one other artist, and I'm like you, I can't remember. Dee Dee Bridgewater, Rochelle Farrell, and I think she's doing Patty Austin.
Ooh,
And then we'll have the Saxey Brothers in July, which will be Ray Silkman, Isaiah Collier,
Ooh!
and Audley Reed. So
Nice.
That'll be a fabulous show.
Nice.
And of course, in August, the third Wednesday, you'll have Joan and her new rising star divas, as well as some of the other divas. It's so many divas in the city of Chicago, but
Divas in the making,
Yeah.
Divas, Divalicious
how did
Divas.
that name ever come about, Divas? I remember.
We use it loosely, but a real diva is actually given to singers in the classical idiom, mainly to the sopranos, but there are some altos and contraltos who have risen to that name. Kathleen Battle is a diva, and I did my paper on one. I can't think of all the names, but if I say Kathleen Battle is a diva, you know the direction that I'm leaning in. So that's really where the name diva came from, but we just hijacked it because we feel as though if you have put in the work and the time and you are celebrated the way some of the Kathleen Battles of the world are, then you can be a diva too. And then we have divas in training.
Right.
You can't be a diva yet, girl, but you're on your way.
Well, that's good. You mentioned a few minutes ago Jazzy Mondays. This is a program that you started on the south side of Chicago. Tell our audience a little bit about Jazzy Mondays.
Jazzy Mondays is a tool actually for the Great Black Music Project over at Northeastern Illinois University's South Campus, which is called the Center for Inner City Studies. That's a mouthful. And what we do is we have a Jazzy Monday every second Monday of the month. We have a different artist, and we are videotaping their performances to record them into an archive that we're building for the Great Black Music Project. And so 20 years from now, 10 years from now, a young person who doesn't know a Joan Collaso or doesn't know an Ari Brown or a Willie Pickens or a John Wright who've just left us, but I have them. I've already had them at Jazzy Monday. They will be able to go and access the archives and read a little bit of history
Now,
about.
where will those archives be?
They'll be at the Northeastern Illinois University, but we are looking to partner.
Oh, of course. That's where I was kind of leading it.
Absolutely, and I knew that. Absolutely. So, but we're just gathering it now, and we're having a good time doing it. Have you been to Jazzy Monday? I put you on the spot.
I have a while back.
You need to come on.
Yes,
It's
well,
so much fun.
This is where I'm at sometimes on Mondays,
Oh,
but you know,
okay.
I'm gonna make my way there. I promise you.
So, anyway, looking forward to seeing everybody on Friday. Get your tickets now because they are running out.
That's right. We want to see your face in the place. DuSable Museum. That's this Friday, 7 o'clock. Be on time. We don't do CP time.
All right,
We
doors open
start
at 6.
on
Be
time.
early.
That's right. And we thank Joan so very much for being here on Mondays at the Do. This is the first, but it won't be your last.
My
But on
pleasure.
behalf of our producer, Bonnie DeShawn, who's kind of doing a little high five over there, and Can TV, thank you guys so very much for tuning in to Mondays at the Do.